One thing too that you have to look at with Evan Rodrigues, and never mind. You don't want to look at it this way. The fact that he scored more points, despite it only being in the first half, really, than Evan Rodrigues and Kasperi Kapanen. Danton Heinen and Kasperi Kapanen.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, he scored more than himself? That's insane.
Pretty much. No, he outscored Kasperi Kapanen specifically, who managed to still gain a $3.2 million contract.
Yeah, that still doesn't make sense to me, but continue.
Danton Heinen scored one more point than him and earned a $1 million contract. So that really does leave Evan Rodrigues in a place of he could get anywhere. I mean, he scored 10 more points than Heinen. Sorry, 11. 10? I can't read today.
Math is difficult.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all of the numbers, and there's people in between, so it was a little more confusing. But he scored 10 more points than Heinen did. So if you're really trying to gauge a contract based on how many points these guys scored, that apparently it doesn't mean anything, because Kasperi Kapanen scored 32, 11 goals for $3.2 million in 2 years, no less. Danton Heinen, 18 goals, 15 assists for 33 points, gets a one by one somehow.
Yeah.
So that leaves Rodrigues with 19, 24, 43 to make almost whatever he wants with this team. But you have to really, again, like I'm going to say, look at the back half of that year and chop a number off of that contract. You really do, in my eyes.
Yeah.
I get he did well in the playoffs, which awesome. Love that. Sucks we didn't win to see if it could continue. Yeah. 7 games in the playoffs is a lot, and it is playoff experience, and he played well in those 7 games. It's not a big enough sample size to really get an idea of what he could have done in the postseason, especially considering he played in 1 game previously in the playoffs.
I don't remember. I don't remember how many games he had played in.
Played 2 last year with 1 assist.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Kasperi Kapanen. Here's the thing with Kasperi Kapanen. We'll go there. The reason that he also got more of a contract, I know it plays a factor. It's not the sole reason. He was a restricted free agent instead of an unrestricted free agent. Heinen also was restricted at first, but the Pittsburgh Penguins reportedly didn't want to pay him $3 million. So they didn't tender him an offer. He went to free agency. It worked out for the Penguins because they got Heinen back at $1 million, but that is a severe pay cut that Heinen took to come back. You would need the same exact thing to come from Evan Rodrigues. And if not, you're talking about, I mean, we mentioned maybe a trade, but like, who is that going to be? We talked on Monday about Marcus Pettersson can't really be traded with the way that the Pittsburgh Penguins look at left defense, which also means Brian Dumoulin probably can't be traded either. And those are your 2 really only candidates to open up space on the back end. So maybe even a guy like Brock McGinn gets shifted out, because when I look at what McGinn has done, I think he's much better than what he showed last season, because he was interrupted so many times, injuries, COVID, stuff like that. When that happened, his play really deteriorated. But I also look at the fact that a lot of these younger guys coming into the roster, a guy like Drew O'Connor, a guy like even Drake Caggiula, a guy like Alex Nylander, they can play that role.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you're doing that, if you're getting rid of McGinn in order to bring Rodrigues back, because there you have a penalty killer. Like, that fills that role, which is what McGinn truly brings to this roster more than anything. So I don't know if you trade McGinn. I don't know what the cap penalty would be if you forced him through waivers down at the minors. But that's really the only shoe that would have to drop in my eyes that I can see from here for Evan Rodrigues to come back.